Imagine walking through a city where every street corner feels like a crowded theme park, where locals are getting pushed out and the soul of the place is being sold off to the highest bidder. This is happening right now in cities around the world. Barcelona's Park Güell now limits daily visitors to 400 people. Venice installed turnstiles to control tourist flow. Amsterdam removed its iconic "I love Amsterdam" sign because too many tourists were causing safety hazards. Overtourism isn't just an inconvenience, it's transforming beloved destinations into unlivable theme parks. But how did we get here? And more importantly, which solutions actually work? Tourism used to be this magical thing that brought economic life to struggling communities. Now, it's turning into a nightmare that's destroying the very places people claim to love. I'm about to break down exactly how mass tourism is crushing cities and what some brilliant urban planners are doing to fight back. Let's talk about what's really going on behind those Instagram-perfect travel photos. Venice, Barcelona, Amsterdam, these aren't just beautiful destinations anymore. They're ground zero for a global tourism crisis that's threatening to erase local culture, destroy community infrastructure, and create economic chaos. In 2019, Barcelona hit a breaking point. 32 million tourists flooded a city with only 1.6 million residents. That's 20 strangers invading your living room every single day. Imagine that. Local apartment prices have skyrocketed 50% in just 5 years. Families who've lived in neighborhoods for generations are getting forced out by Airbnb rentals and tourist-focused businesses. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, an urban planning expert at Barcelona University, puts it bluntly,
"We're not experiencing tourism anymore. We're experiencing an invasion."
The economic numbers are shocking. While tourists spend billions, less than 15% of that money actually stays in local communities. Most cash goes straight to international hotel chains, global restaurant brands, souvenir shops, and massive tour operators. Local businesses, they're getting crushed.
Sure, tourism brings money, but at what cost? When tourists flood a city, they don't actually spend money where it matters.
Hallstatt, Austria, is a charming Austrian town with just 800 residents. During peak season, they're hit with 10,000 tourists daily. That's 12 visitors for every single local. Only 20% of residents actually work in tourism, meaning most are just spectators in their own hometown. Environmental destruction is real. In Bali, water scarcity has become a critical issue. Luxury hotels compete with local farmers for limited water resources, and guess who wins? Hawaii faces similar challenges. Tourism has driven up living costs, making it impossible for locals to afford housing in their own paradise. Venice might be the most extreme horror story. On some days, tourists outnumber locals 600 to 1. Massive cruise ships are literally destroying the city's fragile infrastructure. The population has collapsed from 164,000 residents in 1951 to just 52,000 in 2019. Venice isn't a living city anymore, it's a human museum. But this isn't just a European problem, it's a global epidemic. In cities like Prague and Lisbon, entire neighborhoods have been transformed into tourist ghettos. Locals are getting pushed to the outskirts. Authentic culture is being replaced by performative, Instagram-ready experiences. It's like these cities are becoming human zoos, where real life is just a backdrop for tourist consumption. In Amsterdam, residents are literally protesting tourism. The city government has launched radical strategies to push tourists out of certain neighborhoods. They're blocking cruise ships, limiting Airbnb rentals, and redirecting tourist traffic away from residential areas. Why? Because tourism has become a direct threat to the city's social fabric. Amsterdam has gone even further. They have introduced a tourism tax that directly funds local community projects. They're actively pushing tourists out of residential neighborhoods. How? Every tourist now pays an extra fee that goes straight into preserving local culture and supporting neighborhood initiatives. They're literally making tourists pay to protect the city they're visiting. New regulations limit Airbnb rentals, block cruise ships, and redirect tourist traffic. The city is saying,
We control our destiny, not global tourism corporations.
In New Zealand, they've taken a radical approach. Tourists now must sign a legally binding cultural respect pledge before entering the country. You break the rules, you get banned. It's not just a piece of paper. It's a declaration that tourists are guests, not conquerors. Take Copenhagen. They've developed a distributed tourism model where they actively redirect tourists to different neighborhoods. Instead of concentrating everyone in the city center, they spread visitors across multiple districts. This prevents any single area from getting overwhelmed while giving tourists a more authentic experience. Venice has introduced a €5 admission fee to manage tourist flow, collect data, and encourage visits during off-peak times, aiming to reduce overcrowding and distribute tourism weight. Climate change is shifting travel patterns towards cooler destinations, impacting popular hotspots in southern Europe. The most successful cities are treating tourism like a carefully managed ecosystem. It's not about stopping tourists. It's about creating a balanced, sustainable relationship between visitors and local communities. These aren't just random policies, they're sophisticated urban survival strategies. What's fascinating is how technology is helping cities fight back. Some cities are even using AI to predict and manage tourist flows. Imagine an urban management system that can predict exactly when and where a neighborhood might get overcrowded and automatically redistribute traffic before problems start. It's like crowd control for entire cities. But here's the real question.
Can tourism be saved? Can we create a model where travelers actually contribute to the places they visit instead of destroying them?
The answer is a cautious yes, but it requires a complete reimagining of how we travel. Travelers need to become more than just consumers. They need to become participants. Responsible tourism isn't just a buzzword, it's the only way forward. This means
choosing locally owned accommodations, supporting small businesses, respecting cultural spaces.
Understanding you're a guest, not a conqueror.
peak tourism and selfie culture are impacting travel experiences. The importance of respectful and conscious travel behavior is emphasized to preserve the enriching nature of travel. The impact of raising prices on attractions and the accessibility issues it creates for travelers. Cities are living, breathing organisms. They're not theme parks. They're not Instagram backdrops. They're complex environments with real people, real cultures, and real challenges. The next time you plan a trip, ask yourself, am I coming to experience a place or to consume it?
Watch the next video about the future of urban jobs.